Hey, Aaron from Brutal Fun Fitness here. We're gonna go through some tips for 19.3 that'll help you guys out a little bit. Just after doing the workout, picked up some lessons learned, and some of these tips may help you guys out.
All right, workout 19.3 was 200 feet of dumbbell overhead lunges, single arm using 50 pounds for men, 35 pounds for women, RX. Then once you finish that, you went on to do 50 dumbbell box step-ups, again using one 50-pound dumbbell for men and a 35-pound dumbbell for women. You had to alternate each leg on the step-up. So once you finish those two movements, then you went on to do 50 strict handstand push-ups, so no kipping. Got to use strict form to do those handstand push-ups. If you got finished with that before the 10-minute time cap, then you went on to go ahead and do 200 feet of handstand walks. That's the prescribed workout for 19.3. When beginning your lunges, you want to either get the weight from ground to overhead using dumbbell snatch or dumbbell clean and jerk. Prefer to use the snatch as it would be quicker unless you get fatigued or need to use the clean and jerk because of the amount of weight. You really want to focus on keeping the elbow locked, an active shoulder, keeping the arm straight. It's going to reduce the tension on that arm. As you begin your steps, what you want to do is preferably get the longest stride you can, and also by the rules you need to alternate your steps. So if you can go from one full step into the other, what I mean is you don't want to bring if you step forward with your right foot, you don't want to bring your left foot halfway and then have to do another step. That's basically what we call a stutter step. So if you can immediately transition that into another full lunge, you're going to be faster and more efficient. I recommend switching arms every 25 feet. It's just a natural place that you can transition. It'll reduce your time under tension and fatigue and kind of keep you in a good rhythm. If you start to get really fatigued and can't just switch hands kind of in stride at the turnaround point, then once you pass that final tape, you want to be quick about your transition. So you want to throw it down, turn around, quickly pick it up, and get right back into it. You don't want to take a lot of time. You want to be quick with your transition. One way to potentially conserve energy when you're moving from your lunges to your box step-ups is if your gym has enough dumbbells. In order to do this, what you could do is once you finish that line, you could throw that dumbbell down and walk the 5-10 feet, however able you are close enough to set up that box. But you can walk over without an actual dumbbell in your hand, shake out your arms, get the blood flowing back in them, then have another dumbbell sitting on top of that box, immediately pick it up and start your box step ups. So this might help you, like I said, just conserve a little bit of energy. Me, I started off with it racked on my left shoulder, supporting it with my right arm. So what that does is by crossing my arm across my chest, it actually kind of allowed me to keep that arm out of the way and use my left arm as a counterbalance. I liked that when I started, but what I found is instead of later, once I got fatigued and transitioning that dumbbell to my right shoulder and holding it with my left arm, I realized that I really just like supporting it with my dominant arm, which I'm right-handed. So you may want to, support it with your opposite arm, or you may be like me and say, hey, I just want to support it with my dominant hand. This is something that I would play around with before you actually begin your workout so you understand what your game plan is going in. The key to this workout is really how quickly can you get through the box steps, because the tiebreaker for this workout is the time at which you completed your 50 box step-ups. Because if you do the same amount of handstand push-ups as somebody else, let's say you both do 20, then the tiebreaker is who finished the box step-ups the fastest. So you want to get through that stuff as quickly as possible, and also it just gives you more time to chip away at the handstand push-ups. For handstand handstand push-ups, you want to make sure that you really draw the hands, the hand placement for your athletes. That's key. A lot of people, what I've seen is they're putting their hands way too close to the wall, and that puts them at such a vertical angle. Then they start to fall backwards with their feet while they're doing the handstand push-ups, and it's hard for them to hold it. I like to draw the circles and place my athlete's hand further away from the wall. That way it puts them at a little bit of an angle, provides them a little bit more support as they lean against the wall. I think you want to get through a good number right off the bat on your handstand push-ups. If you're somebody that's like, I'm going to be lucky to get 1 or 2, and you finish the box step-ups at, say, 6 minutes, you don't want to just rush right over and, waste all your energy trying to get your 1 at 6 minutes. I recommend that you take a good solid minute break if you know that you need it. That way you're fully rested and not fully, but you've got more rest and you're focused and able to give your max effort on the 1 or 2 shots that you might actually have to get a handstand push-up. Just something to consider. I wouldn't rush right over completely out of breath, waste all my energy trying to get 1. If you got the time to burn, I would give yourself a minute or so, make sure you're fully rested. At this point, if you're a top tier athlete and you bust through the 50 handstand push-ups, then you're doing great. Then you want to go over and obviously start your handstand walks. For the handstand walks, just remember, depending on how good you are, this may be in your wheelhouse, it may not. If it's not in your wheelhouse, just try to chip away and get 5 feet at a time. Every 5 feet that you get is going to separate you from your competitors. There you have it. Tips for 19.3. Hope you get the score you wanted, or if you're redoing your score, that you improve your score. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, check our webpage, www.brutalfunfitness.com, and like this video and follow us. Thanks.